Muscle cars, guitars, burnouts, and memorabilia. Welcome to ClassicMuscleCars.com, the show that features top quality muscle cars from the 50s through the 70s and everything in between, including the coolest rock and roll collectibles you'll find in one place. So buckle up and check it out, the most ground-pounding, earth-shattering rock and roll machines around, right here on ClassicMuscleCars.com with your hosts, Tony Begley and Jeremy Marks.
Beautiful car. 3-time black. 67. 442 W-30 Replica. Beautiful car. Well, hello again, everybody. The next car that you've selected view on ClassicMuscleCars.com is in a fantastic place to film a car like this. We're in Douglas Dam in Tennessee, and this is a beautiful spot because you can see for 50 miles all around here. It's unbelievable. Gorgeous, gorgeous spot. And we picked a great car to be here with. This is a 1967 Cutlass 442 W-30 convertible replica. There's none of these were ever made, so if they did make them, this would be the one that you'd be looking at right here. Also, this car was on the Hot Rod Power Tour, and it was in North Carolina and also Wisconsin Dells. That's the cruise that they went on the Power Tour 2014. Now the car is high gloss black, black top, black interior, and car was born black. Beautiful. Underneath the hood, we're going to show it here in a second, it's got the beautiful red wheel wells on it. It's a gorgeous detail that was done on the car. It's just awesome. We've got a lot of pictures that we'll be able to use that we can show you of this car as the process went through on a restoration, because it was in good shape when they started with it, but they went through the whole car to bring it up to where it is today. So anyway, let's get into looking under the hood, and then we'll start talking about some of the things that we know about it and what we're going to do now with the video. Yeah, now these are red like they were from the factory. That's how these cars were built. The W-30 442. The hard tops now, because there was zero of this car made if it had been a convertible. So now this is about as close as you're going to get to be able to find like a real W-30 convertible, and it has been really highly restored. It's a great car, runs and drives good. Just think, it went on a power tour from Wisconsin all the way down to North Carolina. That's a long cruise. So that's a good run. This is a good car. So anyway, we're going to go around and show you the rest of the car real quick, and then we'll do some more talking about it. And then this car belongs to a friend of mine. He's a collector. He's going to be selling more of his cars out of his collection, and we're going to give you an idea of some of the other things that he may be selling, and we'll talk to you in a bit. The inside of the trunk is got the correct spackle in it, the black and aqua for the year. It's been beautifully done, so it's just like it was day one from the factory. It's beautiful. So Brittany is going to show you around the car and show you the interior and walk around. You can see the car all the way around as she walks around easy on it. This is what I like the best about a W-30, is the wheel wells. It's so cool. We just had a helicopter that went over, so we had to wait until it passed. Now, I want to go over briefly some things about the company, ClassicMuscleCars.com. The company started in 1978, and it went on until 2020. We had a building fire, and we lost millions of dollars worth of inventory, and we lost a lot of money. We weren't able to reopen quick enough, but we still managed to be in business for a little bit longer, but we couldn't hold on that long. We had an overhead that was over $50,000 a month, and it was so hard to keep up with that. When our building was closed down, we couldn't open for business. Also, I wanted to say, during the years that we were open, I looked through the records to see how many of these cars that we sold. I'm talking about 442s, not just Cutlass. 442s, w-30s, w-25s. We've sold, when I looked at the records, over 1,000 from 1920 to 1920, 1978 until 2020. So we did a lot of cars during that time, and the total sales that we had was over $85 million. So we know what we're talking about. We know what we're talking about when we do a restoration. We know what we're talking about when we're talking about these cars. I grew up with these cars. The man that worked on those cars, an expert in the business, and he knows about them too. He did a beautiful job on the restoration to bring this up cosmetically. Okay, in 1964, when the 442 model came out, it got its name from being called 4-barrel, 4-speed, dual exhaust. That's how you got 442. That's how the legend started and began, and the 442s were always pitted against the 64 Pontiac GTO 389. Tri-Power was the car to beat on the street. They're extremely fast. Anyway, we've had a long-term relationship with Linda Vaughn. We're going to have a video with her that's coming up pretty soon that is included in this. She's doing very well. She's a fine lady, and I've known her for years, and I just wish that she was still able to go around and do all the things she used to do, but she slowed down some, like we all are, including me. So anyway, let's look at that video, and we've got a couple other ones that are coming up I want you to see. There's some really rare w-30, w-31, w-30, big block car, and we can talk about those. You can watch. I have a lot of tech stuff on those, and those particular cars have done extremely well. I was talking about an auction that was recently on Barrett Jackson, and they sold two 67 w-30 442s. One of them was extremely well restored. It went for $108,000, and the other one was a nice one, but not quite as restored as the one that sold for $108,000, and that one went for $98,000. So the prices on these cars are stable, and they have went up and continued to go up. This is, even though it's not a real w-30 442, it is built as a replica. And replicas, as we all know, they don't bring the same money that the real ones do, but yet if you want to get a replica, it's a lot less money than the real ones. And this car, it's right here too. You can see it's been in the Power Tour for 2014, and you got to have a good car to go on a Power Tour. Any of you guys that have done it, you know it. You got to have a durable car that you can drive that far, and it's awesome time for all the places that you go to and the things that you see. So we're going to end up by letting you know that this car is for sale. And in my opinion, looking at the car the way it is right now today, it's a start price. You're going to ask $65,000 for it. And from that, you're more than welcome to come out, take a look at it, go for a drive in it, and then we'll sit down and we can talk about it. So, as I always said when I was in business, keep cruising. That means get out and drive. That's what we're going to do with this car. That's what we want the person that buys it to appreciate it and take it out and cruise it around and enjoy it. I would just like to add that if this car was built from the factory, and that's how this would look, the one that we're featuring now, this replica, if it was built from the factory like this, it would probably be well over $250,000 car today, because they built none. And it's kind of like the Chevelle convertibles that they had back in the day. Some of them went as high as $1 million at Barrett Jackson because they were so rare. There's only a handful of them built. Well, there was none of these built, and if this car was built from the factory, definitely would be over $250,000 car. As it is right now, at $65,000, you couldn't build this car for that kind of money. And the history that it's got behind it is unbelievable. The top that's on this car is a original top. It's never been changed. We do have a brand new top in the box that goes with it, but I would not take it off because it's original. Just think about it. 1967 top on this car. Most of them today would be shredded.
Watch the full interview that I did with the lovely Linda Vaughn on Comcast Channel 102 at 11 p.m. every night of the week starting in November in Chicago. As promised, folks, on ClassicMuscleCars.com TV, we do produce, and we have none other than the First Lady of Classic Muscle Cars for all time, the legendary Miss Linda Vaughn. Linda, thank you for being on the show tonight.
I think it's great. You look around here and see all these cars. I feel right
awesome.
at home since they all got her shifters in them.
Yeah.
Love it.
You know, I'm just curious. I really would like to know a couple things. All right. How did you get started? I'm real curious about that.
And I was Miss Firebird for the Pure Company. And they were having a big contest, and I read my Hot Rod magazine, and Pure got bought out, and I was looking for a job, and I see the full-page ad in Hot Rod magazine that Ray Brock and Wally Parks wrote, and God bless Wally Parks. And I called up Georgia and I said, are you looking, it says they wanted a beautiful model, they want someone that had a good personality, that likes cars, and could talk about her shifters, and all of the above, because I had 57 Chevrolet with her shifter anyway. So I said, well, what is the attribute that you must have sound teeth? I said, are you looking for a racehorse or a race queen? Or a race queen? And he just laughed, and he sent me an application, and there's 200 girls in the contest, and I won it. We went to 4 cities. I took my mama with me because I was underage. All those guys, I had to be real careful, and had a lot of good help from my mother. She made my costumes, and we won the contest, and they crowned me in Los Angeles, and I was scared to death because I'd never been to California, and it was wonderful. And it started a 1966 relationship that's gone off and on from 4 buyouts.
Wow.
40 years with Hearst.
Wow.
I ain't gonna lie about my age because everybody knows how old I am.
That's fantastic.
I've been lying about my age all my life. I'm going to start going backwards now.
So where's home? Where did you start
I'm from Dalton, Georgia.
All right, Southern girl.
And,
I'm a Southern boy, too.
Where y'all from?
Gate City, Virginia.
Gate City, Virginia. Out in the boat in the house. I'm from Dalton, Georgia. Carpet captain of the world. Makes the car carpet.
Oh, yeah.
And they made checkered carpet for us at the Indy 500. So my mama worked for E.T. Barwick's, and we kind of all tied in the racing. She used to do all the races with me.
So does it say, a lot of racing down there.
I was so proud to win it because when I got home, they gave me a parade downtown Dalton.
That's awesome.
The United Way just had me back home last month for a parade again. I hadn't been there in 40 years, and it was wonderful. But I go home all the time and visit. But I live in Southern California. I live in Laguna Beach. It's quiet. Nobody knows me. I don't know anybody except the neighbors. I can always hear my cars crank up.
Now, we were talking a little bit earlier. You said you have a special car in the garage somewhere?
I sure do. I have a 1975 big block 455 Hearst Olds that George Hearst gave me. That was our last car. George passed away shortly after that. And we especially take care of that car. I had it at the NHRA Museum. It was just taken out of the museum and brought back home. So my Cadillac's sitting outside, sleeping outside, and all that moisture, but I got my 2 babies inside.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So now that one's got to be white, right?
Oh, it's white. You got a picture of it right there.
Yeah.
It's got my girlfriend June Cochran in it.
Awesome.
It was a real treat working with Linda Vaughn. She's quite a lady and a real blast from the past. Check out the rest of her interview and much more in the fall and winter lineup for 2007-2008, starting in late November on ClassicMuscleCars.com TV.
We're adding a couple clips here that are older, so when you see them, these were shot over a decade ago. Linda Vaughn and also w-30 Olds, very rare, 18,000 mile car. And it's kind of a lot of tech, so I think you'll enjoy this video.
Hello again, everybody. The next car that you've selected to view is an extremely rare Oldsmobile. This is a 1969 W30, numbers match complete. Motor, trans, rear end. This car is also an original low mileage car, and it's all original. Now, we did a lot of work to this car, and we've done it over the period of the last 5 months. The video that we used to have up on this particular car, Jeremy is going to turn it around. You're seeing the beginning of the finished product, but at the end of the video that I'm doing now, when you watch it, you're going to see the first part of the video of when the car first arrived here. So we just got it back. We did a lot of work to it to get it in the condition that it's in. Now, this is an original car. It has all of its numbers matching components, the motor, the transmission, the rear end, as I stated before. It's got the original distributor in it, which is a part that's very hard to come by. It's kind of like having the LS6. These are very special cars. The LS6 454 has a special distributor. So does this car. This is a Ramrod 400 360 horse engine, and these are very potent, very fast cars that were on the street. Now, if you watch the recent Barrett-Jackson auction that took place at the end of January, you would know, if you followed that auction, that there was 3 Oldsmobiles that I could compare this to. There was a 1969 W32 convertible. Now, we had a W32 hardtop that we sold last fall. A W32 is not quite as high performance and as special as the W30. The W32 was built with a milder cam and different heads in order to be able to equip the cars with air conditioning. So the W30s were a whole different animal. They had different heads and a bigger cam, and they were conservatively rated at the horsepower that they did have. But nevertheless, the W32 convertible sold for $98,000. Now, there was two 67 W-30s, and I know that there was a little bit different animals than this 69, but still, it shows that the rise of the rare W-30 cars, and this is a super rare car. You can find a lot more 70, 71, and 72 W-30s all day long before you're ever going to find one of these. That's how rare these cars are. There's probably you probably could, I know right now, you can't even find 100 of these cars for sale. I don't even know where 50 would be at. I don't even think there's 20 out there that are in circulation right now. These are extremely, extremely rare cars. The Oldsmobiles are now coming out because they don't make them anymore, and people are starting to look at these cars for highly collectible investments, and this is one of them. Now, this car, as I was saying before, I'm going to get back to the two 1967 cars that sold at Barrett-Jackson. One sold for $108,000, the other one sold for, I believe, $90,000, somewhere in that area. So, and these are, I'm talking hard tops, I'm not talking convertible. The 69 W32, that was a convertible. The two 67s, they were hard top cars. So you can see how much of a rise that there is in these particular type of cars. This is a fantastic investment for someone to get into that has the foresight to listen to what I'm telling you. If you want to make money, here's your opportunity. If you don't want to make money and you just want to get a driver and play with it, that's one thing. But if you're looking to get into an investment muscle car, there's none better in the United States today than to buy this car, because this car could double your money in less than a year or 2 years. So listen to what I'm telling you. I've been doing this for 27 years, and I've never been wrong before. I know this market just like I do the inside palm of my hand, because this is what I've done for a living 100% since 1978. So this is something you need to listen to what I'm telling you about. If you want a great investment muscle car, this is the car to get. This car has all of its history back to the original owner. We have a complete title history to it. We even know the original salesman at the car dealership that sold this car. You don't get too many cars that you can have that kind of documentation with. This one has it. This is an 18,000 mile original car. It has original bumpers, chrome, stainless. It's not a redone car. We had paint issues that we had to do. We took care of that. It has excellent paint, but it doesn't have 1,000 point show quality paint.
ClassicMuscleCars.com is a NICAB production. For more information about the show and our business, log on to our website at www.ClassicMuscleCars.com.